What's up, guys? My arm is really fucking tired right now holding this camera. I tell you, I wish I actually have one of my little tripods I can hold this with in one of my bags, but to be honest, I just don't feel like getting it. And I recently moved in to my new apartment, so I want to start recording videos in there. So this is just like a short little thing. I guess a short little update. Sometimes I feel like just stirring up the camera, going off the cuff, just speaking about whatever the hell, is on my mind, or like observations or whatever, everything I notice. Lately I've just kind of been observing the current content sphere, whatever, of YouTube, what really trends, what really what the general thing of like what's popular right now. What I really notice, with the growth of just YouTube nowadays, just what I see across content in general, and what I see a lot of, or I guess like a common mindset I see across like a lot of people my age, a lot of people my generation, I guess, or like just Gen Z in general, or like beyond. Oh my god, I nearly kicked over my mic stand. That would have been terrible. But essentially, I noticed a lot of people kind of placing like a weird emphasis or like a sense of like, I guess basing their entire happiness off of like, attention, fame, views, subscribers, all this stuff. Feels like everyone and their granny is trying to become like an influencer nowadays, or like some kind of like, I guess like being an influencer nowadays is like so popular and so common. But like back when I was growing up, I remember it's kind of like you were like the weird, like it was always like the weird kids or whatever who were like kind of blowing up in YouTube or like become influencers and all that. And nowadays I see like so much, I guess, like copy and paste of like the same type of content, which is a bad thing. Everyone's doing what they want, but it's causing more repetition, I guess, in content that I've seen ever before. Like I'll search up a certain topic and it feels like it's like copy and paste like the same person, but kind of, it's like they physically look different, but just like the same kind of editing, the same, like especially across like, I don't know, like video essay YouTubers, whatever. It feels like they're all like kind of copy and paste versions like of each other. I guess I find it kind of like, I don't know, it's just weird that nowadays what gets popular most, or like what it feels like people, I guess nowadays just get popular mostly by capitalizing off of another person's downfall. And that's like the catalyst to like YouTube or whatever, like growing big and popping off. It just feels like everything is based off, like, I don't know, downfall of a person is like what everyone like feeds off of. And I guess it's just like been a minute since I've seen like, I don't know, any content creators kind of pop off just from like being themselves or creating content they love. Everyone just kind of feeds off of like, oh, this is what's popping, this person's falling off, this person has drama, this, thing, going on or whatever. And it's just, oh my god, my arms are getting tired. I'm a skinny dude. I'm like a human noodle. Please forgive me. But I don't know. It's just an observation. And I hope that one day, I don't know, that we could just see it kind of like go back to what it used to be like when I was growing up. Or like the same fucking like shorts that I see. It's just like the same. Like I feel like I sound such a boomer. I'm 21 and sometimes I feel like a boomer. It's so fucking weird. But like the same old, like it feels like I guess like the TikTok format that kind of started, really blossomed in like 2020, whatever, early 2020, and kind of took I guess like in YouTube Shorts, you could say like Instagram Shorts too, or Reels. Certainly take an influencer. It's just like the same, like, subtitled text form. Like, exactly what I mean. It's like, they put the text in the middle of the screen, whatever the person's saying or whatever, like, the edit is. I've always found it super corny, but obviously it's like a super popular, like, short format right now. And it's just weird because there was a point where, like, with my music, I was, like, working with this company and, we were, like, kind of releasing content that was kind of like that. And it kind of popped off on Instagram. I paid shitloads of money for it, which, by the way, you should never do. When it comes, like, nowadays I just, like, create stuff because I love it, whether it be YouTube music, whatever. But it's just, like, I don't know. I really, I feel like right now, as far as, like, originality goes in YouTube and stuff, we're kind of, like, at an all-time, like, we're kind of at rock bottom right now. And also, you throw AI into the mix and whatever. Sometimes I feel like, I swear, I sound like such a boomer because I don't really... I mean, like, I'm barely on, like, that's a lie. I do go on, like, social media and stuff. I'm not on, like, TikTok, or, like, I surf YouTube Shorts for days. Like, I'll watch, like, my favorite YouTubers and stuff, like, once in a while, like, scroll Reddit or whatever. But, like, that's kind of, like, all I don't know. Other than that, I just like to enjoy life. But I guess, like, I don't know, a lot of people in my generation, I feel like they base their entire worth or, like, success or whatever of like some kind of like influencer success on social media or whatever. And it just seems like everyone's kind of doing it nowadays. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like everyone's just kind of forgetting that, I don't know, at least for me, core happiness and, me feeling good in my life, it's kind of like everything outside of like the internet world or whatever. Like, if I have, people around me that I love and that I care about and that I'm doing things I enjoy, like that to me is like the source of like happiness and whatever. And like, I don't know, I miss the days on YouTube where I guess it felt like everyone was creating content out of just like genuine interest in something instead of like, oh, there's drama going with this person, like we gotta capitalize it and make content off of, like, because it's like I'm not even into that kind of content, but it's all that kind of fills my recommended. It's weird anytime I check it. You know, I don't know, just an observation. I mean, a ill will with this. I know some butthurt people may see this and find some way to get pissed at whatever, but it's just an observation, not no harm, no calling anyone out individual or whatever, just a interesting observation. I don't even know if I'm gonna upload this, but I would like to start uploading again now that I am moved into my new place, so we'll see about that. If I sound out of breath, it's because I've been pacing and my arms are getting fucking tired. Alright, bye.